Back with another episode of Pottawattamie County Routes. I am Todd Studer, and this familiar-looking gentleman is Connor Mowery. He is the manager of entrepreneurial development for Advanced Southwest Iowa Corporation. Good to see you again, sir.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me.
I am excited because I know you are excited that something that has been in the works for a while,
Long time,
is now coming to fruition.
It is finally coming to fruition. We are finally getting our co-working space. This has been many years in the making. I know since COVID times, it's been kind of an idea. And then my predecessor, Nikki Ferguson, really kind of took that under her wing, and it was her baby, and designed it and has built programming for it. And now we're finally getting to put that in the public eye with a real physical location and actually get to do this. We're so excited.
I know that there's rumors, there's probably a lot of people already know where the location is going to be, but can you announce that?
Yep, I will announce that. We are going into the hub, the old YMCA space.
Right.
We are going over where there was a gymnastics type.
Sure, yeah, it was a large room, and they did, I think they were doing dance and gymnastics and a lot of different things.
Yes, trampolines, because there were kind of pits in the ground. But anyway, in the YMCA days, it was the swimming pool.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember swimming in that pool as a kid. So it's going to be kind of weird having an office over top of where that pool was.
Oh, you should have just put the pool back and have one of those retractable doors, kind of like they did in the movie It's a Wonderful Life. I don't know if you ever saw that, but they had that door that would open up inside of the gymnasium down to a pool. That would be the coolest thing ever.
That would be very cool. And I think we could charge a heck of a lot of money for that. Remember how Omaha used to do the swim trials? Maybe we can bring those over here.
Oh, yeah. We can have the Olympic swim trials and the Advanced Southwest Iowa Coworker Suite. That would work.
For sure. We've got a marketing thing already going. So
just because the lease is signed, the space is secured, that doesn't mean it's open for business yet. No,
not a chance. So we are still working with our builder on like final touches. We pretty much know how everything is going to be laid out. There is going to be private office spaces for people to rent, like 8 by 10, maybe 10 by 10. Some are larger, some are smaller. There will be desks that you can rent. It's your own private desk, but kind of out in the open. And then we'll have floating desks where you can just come in and plop as well. We'll have a massive classroom that can seat 35, 40 people. That will open up to create a nice big open space for networking. We are hoping to put a patio out front for people to enjoy. And we really want it to be a community-focused place, not just an office space or a place people come to work, but a place where people can come to collaborate and network and get to know each other and really build that community.
That's always been kind of the idea of coworker spaces, though, isn't it? That, and especially a lot of these that have been designed. I've been in a couple in Des Moines, and you go in and folks are just lined up and they're all individually working. But you put entrepreneurial-minded people in the same room, it creates an energy.
It does.
And by going into that room, you are now putting your mind into a place where you can be more creative and you can be more productive oftentimes than trying to get things done out of a home office, and the cat wants fed and the laundry is done and needs to be switched over to the dryer, and I need to run here and get this. I mean, because all of the home duties are right there with you.
Exactly.
There are some people that are good at compartmentalizing that. I'm not one of them.
Neither am I. And I really think going back to COVID, I know that's old news, but that push to push people in their homes, that high wore off very quickly. I think of people want to be around people. It's our human nature.
Yes.
We want to be together. And when you have entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs are kind of creative minded anyway. So putting them all in a room together where they can talk and work, that creativity can kind of shine and it feeds off of each other. And each co-working space, from what I understand, has its own little heart and its own little community, and they each find their own way. You can't just jump into it saying, okay, we're going to do X, Y, and Z programming on this day. But it you have to let that kind of thing come naturally.
Yeah, I agree completely with that. It's not something that you can really control, and I don't really think you'd want to,
No.
because it takes out the unpredictability of what can happen and who you might meet and suddenly be able to collaborate with. Probably somebody that you never would have thought of in an
Absolutely.
industry you never would have thought of.
Right. Absolutely. Um, I I think we're going to have people on our waiting list already. We've got marketing people, private business owners, and people that work for larger companies too that maybe are just on their own but need a place to
Right.
work. So anyway,
Well, there's just going to be so many opportunities for different things that you're going to be able to do with this. Too early to talk about a target open date yet?
oh yeah, way too
Yeah.
early. It's probably going to be about a 10-month build out and then a month or two to put in what we call FFE, fixtures, furnitures, and equipment. And then you just get settled. So probably about a year out.
Oh, that means we got to get through another winter. And you just put winter in my head. We haven't even officially made it to summer yet. Now you got winter back in my head again.
It's just Memorial Day.
Have you talked to anybody about the news as far as, because I know there was a lot of people on the waiting list from before
Mhm.
that. So what's the awareness at this point that we're moving forward?
We right now we've been kind of just trying to keep it low because it's had been kind of
Mm-hmm.
unsure. But with the lease freshly signed, now we're really starting to pick back up. We're starting to strategize how we want to market this, who we really want to go after. Not that that wait list before wasn't great, because it is. And I still talk to some of those people on the regular. Um, but we're ready to make this huge announcement and really push it in the community. And it's going to be in the heart of downtown. Like,
True.
that's super cool.
Very true. Is this because I know that people had signed up on the waiting list before? Do they need to do that again? Is that some, or does that list still exist?
Contact with me,
Okay.
and then we can talk about that. Yes, the
Just
list.
just to make sure.
Yes, the list still does exist.
Mhm.
I
But
need my own list.
yeah,
from
but going
before.
back before, it's been a little while. People's situations have changed. Their circumstances have changed.
Absolutely.
So I would think that even some that are on the list really don't have a need for it anymore. Maybe they took a different job
possible.
and they actually have it on. There's a lot of different moving pieces. So reach out to Connor and get that done. Even if you weren't on the list, if you were on the list and you want to learn a little bit more about this, that's definitely the way to go. So, Primrose Retirement Community in Council Bluffs believes home should be a place of comfort, connection, and care. From personalized support to engaging daily activities, everything they do is designed to help residents live fully and confidently. At Primrose, that's their priority, to put the quality of their residents' care and daily needs at the top of their list each day and every day. It's not just about where you live, it's about how you live. Learn more about life at Primrose by going to primroseretirement.com and then contact Jamie Bush at Primrose and discover a place that truly puts people first. Your home for all natural health solutions in Southwest Iowa is Bambi's Green Acres Natural Market. Serving the area since 1997, Bambi is located at 805 South Main Street in Council Bluffs and has a wide selection of vitamins, supplements, essential oils, herbal remedies, and a lot more. Staffed with over 37 years of experience, Bambi is putting health back in your hands. Explore your wellness options online at bambisgreenacres.com. Just one of the exciting things that are going on over there at Advanced Southwest Iowa. I know that you continue to meet with entrepreneurs, whether they are already existing with their business or in the startup stage or the idea stage. There's from top to bottom, all kinds of folks coming through your office.
Absolutely. One of the coolest ones I've been working with lately, he's a young gentleman. He's 15, so he's still in high school, and I met him at a trade exploration fair at Lewis Central, and he is working on this AI drowning prevention system and doing lots of research in finding out different ways to work. And he's got like cameras selected he's going to use, and like it's a whole system. I don't want to talk about it too much because it's his intellectual property, of course, but
Right.
um, it's absolutely so amazing what these people's entrepreneurs minds come up with.
Right.
I would have never come up with that. And to think this kid might be a millionaire in 10 years because he's coming up with such a cool idea, it's it's very rewarding. That's the rewarding.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. And I get to meet a lot of these folks, whether they're through you or, just because of what I do, I run into people everywhere, whether they are already established or they just have an idea of what it is that they want to do. Some, I mean, like that particular idea could be in a global market. Others we have just in a small town.
Yep.
And are just dealing with, and their clients are either local or tourists or what have you. Wide range. And I don't care what it is. If somebody's got an idea to make money and they have enough foresight to go diving into it and to give it a try, then that is what I want to be around.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we don't know if something will be successful or not. We can't truly predict that. Like that young man, is this going to be successful? I don't know. But what I do know is the quickest way to make sure it's not successful is to not do it.
100%.
Right.
Or plan to fail.
Right.
I was talking to a person one time who told me that they put failure in their business plan. And I thought that was very interesting. Like, don't do that. Don't put failure in your business plan because you want your business to succeed. And failure shouldn't ever be an option. And when you have the right people behind you, like Advanced Southwest Iowa Corporation, then you really have the tools and can be set up for success. Mm-hmm. Or if you have a bad idea, I can tell you have a bad idea.
Right. Service Master Restore by Schmader knows it can be hard to get things back to normal when you've suffered serious property damage due to flooding, fire, or smoke. And that can oftentimes lead to mold, and you may be left with all sorts of questions about how to get your home or business back to normal. It's easy. You give Cindy Schmader a call with Service Master Restore by Schmader. Her phone number, 402-339-9911. Pottawattamie County Routes brought to you by Dave Lawrence, your Edward Jones financial advisor. Learn how he can help you reach your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com for more. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Which I don't do very often, but you get the point.
No, I do. And sometimes we need someone from the outside to be able to tell us that, such as, somebody could come to you and you could say, there's about a dozen of those around here already. So if you're just going to be more of the same, it's going to be really tough to stand out. Now, if you have a unique take on it or a different perspective or a different delivery method or something that is going to stand out in some way, then yeah, let's get to this. Now, what I will say about failure, and I don't know whether this was part of that particular business plan or not. It's a saying that I heard a year and a half ago, that if you want to succeed, learn how to fail faster. Because fail is not a period at the end of the sentence.
Right.
That is just, all right, I just figured out a way that this doesn't work. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes we don't know what will or won't work until we do it. Absolutely. We don't have all the data until we're in the middle of it. I'm going through that right now, that it is learning more later doesn't mean that I knew it at the start. So adjust, learn from this, and move on better than when you went into it.
We call that pivoting in what we do. And it's every business pivots. It's you could be going this direction and you pivot so hard, you're going this direction. And that's 100% okay. Don't ever be afraid to just take that step and do it, because that, like you just said, that failure is a lesson, not a failure or the end all be all. Or maybe you jump into an industry. I just bumped the mic. Jump in, loud pop in your ear. If you jump into an industry, maybe you learn really quickly you're not meant to be in that industry.
Yeah.
And that's 100% okay too.
Yeah.
So the lessons you learn throughout this journey, the entrepreneurship journey, it's really it's special.
Yeah, I think that along those same lines is, once you realize that you're on the wrong path, make the change. Mm-hmm. I'm full of sayings that should hang in a guidance counselor's room on a poster.
Maybe you could write a little book, a pamphlet.
Right. And another one is just because you walked into the wrong room doesn't mean you're required to stay there.
Yeah.
And that stuck with me too. that, be responsible,
Mm-hmm.
honor your commitments, make sure that you are being ethical, but at the same time, if you know something's not working, all right, well, then let's figure out what's wrong with this and pivot, as you said, and figure out, do we need to, is it a full 180? Is it just a slight change? Do I need to take 2 or 3 steps back because I passed a crossroads and I need to go back there to get onto a different path? A lot of imagery going on here,
Absolutely.
but any of those things can be true.
Absolutely. I think too that when sometimes entrepreneurs have what we call blind spots too. I've talked about this on your show before. And it's important for sometimes outsiders to remove those blind spots, to ask those hard questions. Sometimes you can ask a question and it really gets somebody's mind going, and they really do step back and say, okay, I need to, okay, I've got an example for this one. So I was talking to a gal not too long ago who makes giant cookies. And I don't know if you're a cookie lover like I am, but there are a lot of places you can get giant cookies. So adding one more giant cookie to the mix of a bunch of giant cookies, I asked her a question and it really made her stop. I said, what are you doing differently than these other ones? Because a lot of people think they can jump in, copy what other people are doing and do it 100% and make it. Not exactly. You have to have your own label, your own branding, your own story on it, because otherwise it's just a cookie. Nobody cares.
I can relate to that. Believe it or not, my last job in high school, before I graduated high school, was at what was then called the Great American Chocolate Chip Cookie Company, which was in malls. Malls are not a thing anymore. They still do exist.
Mall the Bluffs?
Well, I don't remember if there was one there or not, but I finished high school down in Georgia. So this was in a place called Gwinnett Place Mall. So that was where I went. And I still, complete side note, but this is my squirrel brain for you, that I still remember my first time meeting the owner. And he told me, he looked at me and he said, if you see a cookie there and you say to yourself, I need to eat that cookie, then you eat that cookie. Because
smart man.
His theory was take away the barrier to it and they'll leave it alone.
Absolutely.
And he was 100% right, because it wasn't temptation anymore, because we had free reign to eat anything there that we wanted to. And nobody did. And it wasn't that it wasn't good. It was very good. But that particular, and see, to me, and this goes back to the 80s. I'm a child of the 80s. Somebody thinking outside the box back then. And that is what makes somebody successful, is a way to do that. Yeah.
I'm not sure as I would have ever thought to tell them, oh, you just get free reign of whatever you want. And then they just don't do it.
Right.
He probably knew that from doing it for years and years because he had tried it. And that's probably one of his little pivoting things.
I bet it is.
That he went back to and thought, okay, maybe I should try this.
Right. So yeah, that was, and again, they were good cookies. I enjoyed it. So I did have a couple, but I didn't, I wasn't like it was my dinner every night.
Yeah. I would have had a hard time not making it my dinner.
If someone wants more information about the coworker suites and spaces, is that out there yet? Are you still putting it together for people? What's the status there?
Still getting that together. It should be coming out pretty soon, probably within the next few weeks to a month or so. I would think that that's coming together. We're all working on that kind of in the background right now, making sure that all the marketing is put together, our branding is proper. We're pretty much there, but we just want to make sure that it's 100% right.
Well, yeah.
We're going into business too. We want to make sure that we're taking our own advice here.
Well, and this has been a long time coming. And part of the reason it's been a long time coming is because this is not a cheap endeavor that you have taken on. And there have been many sponsors, benefactors, whatever label you want to put to them, and people donating money in different organizations to make this happen.
And we're still taking donations. So if you have a little bit of money or know somebody that has a little bit of money or work for an organization that has a little bit of money and you'd like to share with us, we'd really like to.
Of course. Oh, I've got plenty of ideas for this space and different things. It'd be cool.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah. The first thing that pops into my mind, and actually, I think this was something that Nikki said, your predecessor, was on the open of everybody that's there, there should be a founder's plaque
Yeah.
of different, okay, here is who was here when we opened.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
That is super cool.
Yeah.
I think we should do that.
Yeah.
We'll find a nice wall for that. There's going to be lots of
Right.
nice spaces for showing off things like that,
Mhm.
showing off Council Bluffs and our great businesses here. So yeah, we can make that happen. For
Well,
sure.
good work getting all of this done. Tell Paula the same thing, or Paula, if you're watching, good work. And I'm excited to see this come together. And I'm hoping that you'll keep me updated
Of course.
and everybody here updated. Maybe as the progress is going on, maybe I can grab some cameras and come down there and you and I can sit and talk in the middle of it.
That would be super fun.
That'd be kind of cool too.
Yeah. Let's
So
do it.
all of these things still in the future here. So Connor, thank you for coming in today. Grateful for your time. Also, thank you for watching this episode. And if you will do something for me, whatever platform you're watching, you're going to see a like button. You might see follow. You might see share. Any of those things help the algorithm to push this information out even farther. I will bet that there are some entrepreneurs that are just hearing about this the first time, or maybe they haven't yet. And you, just by hitting share, is going to get that information to them. So that way they can benefit from it. And the cool part about it is it's free. It doesn't cost you anything to do it. And you're helping spread the word about the excitement that's going on all across our region and our county. So that's going to wrap things up for today. My name is Todd Studer, and we will see you back here tomorrow morning.